Hey y'all, it's Snake King here, and today we are going to be talking about sand boas. Specifically Kenyan sand boas and how good of a snake they are, what their care is, how easy is it to take care of them, all that. So, let's get right into the video and then let's go. And we're back. Kenyan sand boas. What are they? Well, they are a type of boa constrictor that does not really constrict. Um, the way they strike is by they submerge themselves in the sand. So all that's sticking out is their eyes, and sometimes not even that. Sometimes their eyes will be under the sand too. They'll wait for pressure to be put onto them over the sand, and then as the pressure comes towards their head, as long as it's not too heavy, obviously. If they can feel like that mouse and whatnot, they can also smell it, but they feel it, and then boom, they strike. But they strike not forward, but sideways. They will face, mouse comes here, they'll and get it. They do not normally constrict on their prey though. They normally will sit there and just overpower it by holding it down until it dies, or just puts out so where it just doesn't have any energy left, and then they will start eating it. This is Gloria, my dad's Kenyan sand boa. She is about a year old, which I know she's small, but they do not grow very fast. They only get about 3 foot long, 4 at max, and since she is a female, she might get 4, but she's only about a year old. And she is in decent health, like really good health actually. She does really good. She eats well. She's growing pretty fast. She's about to shed actually. But she's in a good enclosure, all that. So, I'm not too worried about her. Health, care-wise, they're decently easy. Like a male Kenyan sand boa, you could probably get away with a 20-gallon, maybe a 10-gallon, but not really recommended. But female, I would say a 20 to 40-gallon, because they get a little bit longer. And they also need deeper substrate because they do bury themselves. But for her, we only have about 2 inches because she's so small and whatnot. She doesn't need too much depth, but at the same time, it gives it enough to give her enough depth to bury herself and go a little farther down if she feels like it. But yeah, I like them. They do get nippy sometimes. She has nipped at me one time, and it was because she was hungry and I had food with me, so it wasn't like she actually meant to bite me, but it was okay. But they are a very, very good personal animal. They will sit there with you for hours on end and do absolutely nothing because they're a type of boa. A lot of boas are that way. You have the occasional boa that is hyper. They like to go around too. But her, she could care less. She likes just sitting here. She likes moving around too, but I've sat hours with her in the summertime when it's warm out, where just she sits there and is perfectly fine, doesn't get cold, none of that, and so they are a very good pet. They're very well known to the reptile community. They are easy to get, kind of expensive, but good price. I think she was $130, and which I'd pay that again for another one like her. I'm not sure on her morph. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure. I want to say anathuristic, but at the same time, I don't know Kenyan sand boas morphs all that well. I don't remember which one means what, so don't hold me on that. But yes, they are very good, very personal animal to have. They like to just sit and whatnot, and they aren't necessarily bitey unless they get hungry. So, but yeah. You can get them in different colors, yellow, they'll always, I think, most of the time they'll have this brown on them, but you can have yellow there, you can have white there, orange, whatever color. Normally I see orange, but she's white. A way to tell the male versus female, see that vent right there? See how short that tail is, and then stubby? That's a female. If it's a long, pointed tail, that's a male. But yeah, one of the coolest things about her is if I hold her up to the light, you guys probably can't see it, but I can. You can sometimes actually see through them because of how small they are and because of that white. But it's one of those just neat thing to find. But yeah, so she's a very good animal. She's about to shed soon, so it'll be one of those. She's not as bright as she normally is, but on camera she looks amazing. Like, that's really well. But yeah, very good animals. I would say these are good intermediate, maybe beginner. Depends on how beginner you actually are. They need a decently hot basking spot, but also a decently low like gradient. Basically, it goes all the way down to 87. For her enclosure, it's a 97-degree basking spot, sometimes 100, and goes to a 87-degree cool side. They need water, obviously. Even they don't drink much water, but they do need it. They also need some climbing. It sounds weird, she's a boa. She likes to climb sometimes if she feels like it. I know other people that have had the same thing with their Kenyan sandbos. How it climbs. It's like, yeah, sometimes they do. It's just fun. They're a very fun animal to have, especially when they're bigger and you can just hold them around and they don't do anything. She's one I would take to shows. Even at how small she is, I would take her to shows, let kids see her. Like No Row. But yeah, so Kenyan sandboas, good pet. I suggest it. And hope you all have a great day. Hope you like the video. See y'all later.